Welcome back to AfricaCom Television. We are at Africa Tech, which is an event at AfricaCom where we are really seeking to explore digital enterprise transformation in Africa. And with me is Warren Hero. Warren is the Chief Digital Officer for Wentzel. Warren, lovely to have you here. Welcome to AfricaCom TV.
Thank you very much, Africa. Thank you for the opportunity to have this conversation.
You'll be speaking later on artificial intelligence and design thinking.
Yes.
What can we expect from your talk?
Well, first of all, hopefully a lot of fun. Very few people falling asleep. But I think the perspective is about how to use knowledge and the importance of data and how we build our artificial intelligence practice on top of that data. But we always go to the technology. The fundamental thing about the technology, and this is the issue about design thinking, the full term is actually called human-centered design thinking. And in this technology context, the ability to bring that human-centeredness to the technology is part of what I hope to be speaking about.
Wentzel is the African Law Firm of the Year. Congratulations on that, by the way.
Thank you.
How are you and your firm using AI to improve business and the service you're providing to your clients?
So, and that's where it starts, right? It starts with being able to offer an experience to our client. Often what used to happen is that you used to go to legal services and how much will it cost? And it's almost that answer about how long is a piece of string. But part of what we are able to do is to apply technology often to an outcome that a client wants, to ensure the fact that it is cost effective, which is the first thing, and to ensure both our own productivity and the accuracy of the outcome for our clients.
And how are law firms and your sector, I suppose, looking to AI to improve service to clients ultimately? And what opportunities do you think exist for them in your sector?
No, correct. So I think the first thing is we often run experiments. So in the first experiment that we ran, in order to bring about a completely digital practice, we were able to decrease the time to deliver a specific service from 7 months to 3 weeks.
That's amazing.
Right. So that's the first thing. Also, in the process, we were able to give our clients certainty about, first of all, the quality of the outcome, and second of all, about the cost of that outcome. So that's the one aspect. The other aspect, when you think about how we are applying technology, is to improve our own productivity. You know, one of the fundamental things is in this digital context, there's an organization called Gallup that has done some research around the percentage of people that are really engaged at work. And you will not believe the number. 17% of people are engaged at work.
Wow.
So one of the things that we do is we employ technology to support our employees so that they can have a more engaging experience at work. And we do that by making sure that they have the data at their disposal in order to have the appropriate conversation with our clients.
Many companies are going to be listening to us right now and going, oh, I want some of that. What are the pitfalls and challenges that they would need to be mindful of in, I suppose, mapping out this AI solution for themselves and their company and their clients?
So the first thing that I would say is just philosophically how to approach it. When I think about AI, it is about what I would call augmented intelligence. And it's about augmenting the human intelligence. Because whenever you look at these experiments, when we pair a human with the artificial intelligence, the outcome is a multiplier. And in this digital context, it's not about 1 + 1 = 1, it is 2, but trying to make 1 + 1 = 5. And how do we achieve that? Through accelerating these things. And we find that artificial intelligence becomes one of those significant accelerators in the process. That's the one aspect. Culture is the other thing that you have to be concerned about. If you don't have the appropriate level of leadership and leadership innovation, you often find that individuals become disillusioned, they become disengaged. It's like that R&B song, your body's here with me, but your mind is on the other side of town. And so the ability to bring everybody along, and this is the wonderful thing about technology, to make sure that everybody comes along for the ride, is part of the ability. But what you have to make sure is that your performance management system as a company is attuned to making sure that everybody can come along.
With that in mind, what are some of the breakthroughs that AI, I suppose, has enabled your industry to experience?
The ability, for instance, one of the things that we did is we were given 2 million documents to review. And we could review 2 million documents at an accuracy of about 99.98% in a very short space of time.
Wow.
We're literally talking hours. Whereas, and one of the other things that we could do was based on the outcome that we were looking to achieve, to ensure that the documents at the highest relevance got to the resources that were most experienced, and documents that were kind of on the borderline where we weren't sure about its relevance, we could get somebody else to review, and then simultaneously treat the artificial intelligence called natural language processing about how to triage those documents. So not only can we review a large amount of documents, but we can make sure that the documents with the highest relevance get to the right people to review.
That's an amazing achievement, by the way. Let's look forward now to the next few years. What are some of those major developments that you are anticipating in this space?
What we would call a general artificial intelligence. And a general artificial intelligence is where we are able to bring, because we have computers that can smell, we have computers that can see, we have computers that can read, and many other things depending on the sensors that you put to them. But all of them are still narrow artificial intelligence, because there's one that can see and then one that can taste. But the general artificial intelligence is where we can bring all of these capabilities together. And like a human being, you understand that when you are able to integrate your senses, your experience of the world, your experience about how to deliver something changes quite significantly. And this will happen on the substrate of some of the newer processes. Your eyes are going to glaze over. There's these things called neuromorphic processes. And these processes almost mimic our brains in the way that they work. And you can understand now, I can deploy an artificial intelligence in a context that can taste, that can smell, and can do all of these things together. And therefore, its ability to start making decisions that are integrated, decisions that are synthesized in the way we as human beings synthesize information, that's where it really becomes interesting.
It is both exciting and scary. Thank you very much, Warren Hero, the Chief Digital Officer at Wentzel.